Besides being the second richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos is a human being like any other who likes to enjoy his life. But have you ever stopped to wonder about how this billionaire lives? In this video, you will find out everything about Jeff Bezos' luxurious life. All right, let's get started. Mansions. Jeff Bezos, the current second richest man in the world, has money to spare to invest in the biggest and most luxurious mansions out there. After all, there isn't a piece of real estate in the world that he can't afford. He owns, for example, the largest mansion in Washington, D.C., having purchased 2 adjacent properties that add up to 360,000 square feet in total area and 27,000 square feet of floor space. The structure, formerly a textile museum, was built in 1990 and underwent major renovations, having a configuration of 5 rooms, 3 kitchens to libraries, to elevators to gymnastics rooms, 25 bathrooms and 11 bedrooms. And the big boss from Amazon paid on this property $23 million plus $12 million with the renovations. However, in 2020, the tycoon acquired one of the most expensive properties in Beverly Hills, California. The property was built in 1937 by Jack L. Warner, co-founder of the film and entertainment production company Warner Bros. Pictures. There are 350,000 square feet of total area and 13,000 square feet of built area, counting with a massive golf course, a swimming pool complex, tennis court to guest houses, several gardens and open spaces. A few old illustrations of the interior of the property show classic Georgian architecture, which may have been modified or remodeled by Bezos. Being a globally known businessman, Jeff prefers to keep his life more private, not showing too much of his intimacy, and therefore there are not many details of his new mansion in the media. What is known is that he paid the small price of $165 million for it. Career. Born in 1964 in Albuquerque in the state of New Mexico, Jeffrey Preston Bezos, better known as Jeff Bezos, is the second richest man in the world. Coming from a somewhat broken home, he was abandoned by his biological father. At just 4 years old, Jeff was adopted by his stepfather, a Cuban immigrant called Miguel Mike Bezos, in his youth. After getting his degrees in electrical engineering and computer science, he left a promising job at a major Wall Street management firm to go all in on the future of the internet. Initially, when Amazon was founded, it was just an online bookstore called Cadabra, and gradually it diversified the products advertised until it became a more complete enterprise. With only 2 years of existence, in 1997, Jeff Bezos' company opened its IPO, showing its strength to the market, currently being much more than an online shopping site. Amazon is a technology enterprise, which operates in other sectors, such as the movies and series platform, Amazon Prime, and the cloud storage provider, Amazon Web Services. And Bezos is also investing in other areas such as journalism and even aerospace exploration, farming Blue Origin, which promises to revolutionize the world. Jeff Bezos is now considered the second most powerful and richest man in the world, and it is clear that he lives a rather luxurious life far beyond what many could dream of living one day. Triplex penthouse, one of the most powerful men in the world. Jeff Bezos also has a place to call his own in New York City on Manhattan's 5th Avenue. Actually, he did not buy just 1 but 3 apartments, including the penthouse of a luxury building, adding up to over 16,000 square feet of floor space. The very modern property features top-of-the-line finishings, making up a clean-looking and sophisticated space, in total having an impressive 12 spacious bedrooms and 8 very well-planned-out luxury bathrooms. The kitchen has a neutral color palette, highlighting the beautiful marble island with stools for quick meals. Everything is very tasteful and refined, being up to the house of a billionaire. The solid oak flooring brings the feeling of warmth to its environments, providing much comfort to its residents. Throughout the property, there are plenty of windows that allow for natural lighting and let the urban landscaping into the house. Without a doubt, the highlight of the residence is the penthouse area, where he can gather with much luxury with his friends and family, enjoy the deck with pool, and of course the beautiful and panoramic view of New York City Inn. To acquire this wealthy estate, Jeff Bezos had to cash out $80 million, in immeasurable value for most people. Luxury shopping. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is a man who is quite out of the curve, which is perhaps why he also is spending considered unusual for most people. One of his most expensive and quirky acquisitions is his robot dog MaidSpot. The technological pet was designed for inspection and capturing data. It can carry up to 30 pounds of equipment and avoid obstacles using its 360 degrees terrain mapping technology. And it can even open doors controlled by a tablet, and his own hand spot can assist with a variety of tasks, such as exploring dangerous and inaccessible environments, and other plethora of miscellaneous tasks. And to acquire this robo-dog, you must cash out up to $100,000. Another unusual investment by Bezos is the construction of a true monument that will last for years on this earth. It is a giant 500-foot tall clock, which is being programmed to run for 10,000 years, located on a mountain in the Sierra Diablo mountain range, Texas, dubbed the Clock of the Lawn Now, or the 10,000 Years Clock. The project is being programmed to strike the gong once a year, the century hand to advance once every 100 years, and the cuckoo to appear at the milestone every 1,000 years. The site will in the future be open for tourists and visitors, although it still has no deadline for completion. After all, it is quite a complex idea. Some sources claim that the 10,000-year clock has taken from the pocket of Jeff Bezos about $42 million. Yacht to take trips away from the spotlights, resting with plenty of privacy on the high seas. Jeff Bezos acquired a luxury superyacht being over 410 feet long. The vessel is still under construction with an expected delivery date of 2022. That's because the art is being custom made for one of the richest men in the world. And of course it has high demands, like our pad being produced by Oshanko. In the Netherlands, the expense to produce this luxurious little toy is estimated at $500 million. Jet, it is quite predictable. But the second richest man in the world would have the world's most expensive, fastest, longest range plane. Jeff Bezos' jet model is a Gulfstream G650, an executive with intercontinental range. Being able to travel anywhere on the globe without stopovers, this air transport is divided into up to 7 environments, which can be the super technological and modern cabin, a complete and well-equipped kitchen with built-in appliances ideal for chefs to prepare good menus for the crew, a first-class cabin with 4 seats for a comfortable flight, the mean cabin with sofa and TV in order to relax while watching a movie, the conference area with a table for meetings and also for meals, the VIP cabin with a sofa that turns into a bed for a peaceful night's sleep, a complete bathroom. The jet is all custom and can have the areas changed to meet the demand of the owner. Depending on the chosen layout, it can comfortably carry up to 19 passengers. No wonder that to obtain an aircraft of this model, you have to cash out a real fortune. Its value is estimated at $65 million. Amazon headquarters. With such net worth and power, Jeff Bezos has plenty of money to leave his mark on the world. No wonder he does what he can to positively impact the lives of his employees and the environment. And that's why he built his company's headquarters based on sustainability, placing 3 sphere-shaped glass domes in the middle of Seattle that house 40,000 plants of 400 different species brought in from more than 30 countries. The site provides employees of the largest online retailer with a work culture aimed at well-being and creativity, swapping conventional rooms and offices for nests in a relaxed environment with plenty of contact with nature. The entire headquarters occupies 3 blocks, while the spheres occupy 100,000 square feet, the equivalent of 24 basketball courts. The price to build a biodiversity-filled greenhouse in the middle of Greater Seattle, approximately $4 billion. And Bezos isn't stopping there. He's planning to build a second headquarters with its architecture also being innovative. It is a double helix surrounded by gardens amidst 322-story buildings in the Northern Virginia city of Arlington. The structure is still a proposal, and the company will need local approval for construction to begin. The project is expected to be completed in 2025. If given the go-ahead, and it has investment expectations in the range of $2,500 million excursion into space. Jeff Bezos is crazy about technology, and futuristic projects being one of his biggest ambitions nowadays, the further development of space missions. He is the founder of the Blue Origin Company, which aims to promote space tourist trips not only for astronauts, but also for common citizens. Besides taking the industrial processes that cause so much environmental impact on Earth out of our planet, even in 2021, he made the first civilian pilotless flight into space in all of human history alongside his brother Mark Bezos, 82-year-old aviator Wally Funk, and 18-year-old Dutchman Oliver Damon, who paid to take part in the adventure. The entrepreneur has really been betting on this project, throwing a lot of money into it. To give you an idea, his rocket was launched straight from his property purchased in 2000 for the Corn Ranch. which is a huge 165,000-acre site in Van Horn, Texas, purchased primarily for his aerospace venture. Although the value of his farm, which is almost the size of New York City, is unknown, one can imagine that it is worth well into the millions of dollars. Philanthropy. Jeff Bezos seems to be very concerned about the impact of his work on society and planet Earth, being himself very connected to philanthropic issues. His Bezos Day One Fund Foundation launched in 2018 with an initial capital of $2 billion, for example, is an American organization focused on creating preschools in low-income areas, as well as supporting homeless families. In 2021, he also announced a $1 billion donation to environmental preservation, a project called the Bezos Earth Fund, not to mention his scholarship fund for undocumented immigrants in the United States, and so many other philanthropic projects in health, education, and science. And it cannot be denied that the second richest man in the world is a great example to society, having contributed a lot to the evolution of humanity. Net worth. Having started from scratch in the garage of his home, Jeff Bezos is currently the second richest man in the world, and there is absolutely nothing he cannot buy. To get an idea of how big the empire he created is, Amazon is considered one of the most valuable companies in the world, with a market value of almost $2 trillion. But his net worth is represented by only a portion of this value, because he owns only 11% of the company's shares, which is enough to put him in a second place of the ranking of the richest people on the planet. With a fortune estimated at around $200 billion in the value of Jeff Bezos, personal net worth alone can exceed the wealth of millions of people from a country. To get an idea of how rich and powerful he is, his fortune is greater than the GDP of countries like Afghanistan, Bolivia, Paraguay, Croatia, Cuba, New Zealand, Ecuador, Angola, among many others. We can then conclude that Jeff Bezos is a man completely out of the curve, who started from nothing and became one of the most powerful men in the world. Hey, you liked the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment and tell some suggestions of another videos. And hopefully we're going to do it all about channel deals to satisfy your curiosity.